What's up, guys? Welcome back to Empowered by Her Picket Fence. If you haven't already followed the show, just get in here because today I am going to get into one of the most tired rituals that has been happening forever, and that is cuffing season. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, cuffing season is the time of year, usually around cold weather, when if you are not already in a relationship that lends itself to having someone to sit on the sofa and watch Netflix with, then you need to be about your business and finding that person. And you know what? There's so many people out here that are taking it seriously, but I'm here to tell you it's completely unnecessary. The hype is not real, and why we as single women don't have to worry about it. It's not a thing. So if you are crazy nervous because it's starting to get cold outside wherever you are, or maybe you aren't in a seasonal temperate climate and you just want somebody to chill with in the fall anyway, even still, you don't need the added pressure of cuffing season because it's not real. Okay. So it's a nice thing to have someone to hang out with when you don't feel like going out, but it is not necessarily a need to have, ladies. So we're going to get into that today. All right. And I want you to keep listening because at the end of the show, I'm going to give you 3 types of guys that might be worth a second look if you are in the market for a relationship. Some guys that you might have overlooked in the past. I'm going to give you 3 guys to keep your eyes open for. So let's get into it. All right, cuffing season. There have been songs about it, the pressure, the pending doom of long nights when snow is falling outside, if you're in one of the temperate climates and you're bored because nobody's really hanging out and you are supposedly sitting alone and sad on your sofa. That is the scenario that has been painted forever for women, right? Especially single women. Or maybe you are in a relationship and married, but your significant other is never home, so you're on the sofa by yourself anyway. But anyways, it's most likely subscribed to single women. So the weather changes and you need that special someone to chill with. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this whole thing is completely unnecessary. Okay, let's start with number 1. Number 1 is it places unnecessary pressure on you. What is the deal? I mean, what is with this seasonal nonsense? Just because it's cold, I have to go into hyper mode, getting someone to commit to spending their quality time with me? No. First of all, it shouldn't be happening seasonally. It shouldn't be like when winter is coming, you feel all this pressure to be with someone. That's ridiculous. Also, you might just have come out of your hot girl summer and you are just sliding into your fall, getting your, self together from a self-love perspective. I don't know if you guys checked out my previous episode on why you need a self-love bucket list, but if you haven't, you definitely should. Fall is a busy time. I don't know about you, but I think after a hot girl summer, the fall is a great time to just be on your own and focus on yourself and pour into yourself. So that's 1. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary, unnecessary, unnecessary. And it places pressure on you that you don't need. Okay, number 2. You may be dating someone casually or whatever, and you're not necessarily vibing with them to the point where you want to spend a lot of time with them in your own space. Let's start with that. You might be unsure, like, is this even someone I want to be in a relationship with? But because cuffing season has arrived, you might feel pressured to actually step up the frequency and how often you see this person. And that's not based on anything genuine, right? They become your partner by default because you have decided to take part in cuffing season, and it's completely unnecessary. And what ends up happening is this person that's not really your thing or you're not vibing with them, that could roll into a spring relationship and then turn into something that's in the way of your hot girl summer. Okay. Now, 3rd thing, the goal for any relationship with someone that you care about or want to build something with is year round, right? So we want to find a person that's good for all seasons. Seriously. So forget about this quarterly lockdown, this seasonal lockdown where you have to rush to the exits to find the person, oh my God, I'm going to be left without someone to watch Netflix with. Forget about that. It's not based on anything real. Cuffing season isn't real. Please say it with me. It's not a real thing. And you know what? This actually is great for guys because they're like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe I can get a couple nice meals out of it. It's all a win for guys because we are rushing to find someone to hang out with and they get all the perks of spending time with the queens, right? So I'm definitely not on the cuffing season bandwagon, as you can see. And I think it's important for us as women to make decisions based on what's real. And cuffing season is not real. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to give you a little bit of a New York City perspective because I live in New York City and tell you what I'm seeing in New York City. So, and this is just based on, I am Gen X, full disclaimer, and stuff I'm seeing around. So after the pandemic, things kind of shifted. Even though New York City is a city where you could literally go out like any other large city anytime and find something to do, there's always something going on. Doesn't mean you're necessarily doing it or even in the mood to do it. So what I'm seeing right now with a lot of people I know is that it doesn't matter if it's freezing cold, because it can get cold here, or 90 degrees. There are going to be some days where we just opt out. We don't need like a season to tell us to sit in the house because we have, at least my friends and I, over the past 4 years plus, have decided, sometimes even though you're in the middle of everything and you are in a large city, you just want that quiet time to chill. So even though there are many things to do, you opt to stay in. And I don't need cuffing season to tell me that it's an option to stay in the house. And that's what I say to you. No matter where you live in the world, cuffing season is not a thing because you can just decide to not go out and it's like 100 degrees outside or it's 85, sunny, people are outside rollerblading. All that can be going on, but you just might decide to stay home. So that's another reason why cuffing season doesn't matter. So, all right, as promised, I am going to get into 3 types of guys that actually might deserve another look. So what I'm hearing is that a lot of people are tired of dating apps, and I totally can see why. There's a push toward meeting people more organically through friend groups or your interests, that kind of thing. And I think that's a fantastic idea. And it's actually something that should be explored more thoughtfully, I think, for us as single women. And here are 3 guys that could possibly be potential love interests in the future. Okay, number 1, the work friend who you know is not crazy. Now, I'm not talking about the work friend that you have to see all the time, you have the same management, you work in the same department, not that work friend, because that's too close and can get a little messy. I'm talking about somebody that actually might work for your company, super cool, he's pretty steady and a good person. Sometimes you have to give a closer look to somebody you might have ruled out in the past. And usually people don't always want to date people they work with because it just can get crazy. But hey, take another look at that work friend because it might end up working out for you. Number 2, the guy with good values. He may not have necessarily been your type in the past, and they are the unsung heroes, guys. These guys have always had a good value system. They're the one that's going to make sure they say hello to your mom and treat you with the respect that you deserve as a queen, but they're just not your thing. You know what? There's something to be said about someone that's a super good human. If you're going to put your money on anyone in a relationship, take another look at the super good humans that treat people with the respect and the kindness that they deserve. Take a look at them. Okay. And the third option that we need to take a look at is the guy that we put into the friend zone. And he actually has potential. We don't even really know why we put him there, do we? We put him there like, he's not for me. But we don't even know why because it's been so long. I'm here to say that if he does have potential and he's a good person, and due to the fact that friendship is, I believe, the basis for any strong relationship that can withstand the test of time, take a look at the guys that you put in the friend zone before if they're single and available. And on that note, I am going to close this out by saying, ladies, if the weather is changing near you, keep doing your thing and let everyone else get in where they fit in because there is no rush to the exits here. There is no cuffing season. Drop me a comment and let me know if you're getting into cuffing season this year. I hope I gave you some good reasons why it's unnecessary. I will not be partaking. And thank you for getting in here and hanging out with me. And if you love it, share it. Her Picket Fence. All right, guys, meet me right back here next week. And don't forget to hit that follow button and leave a review. And tell all your friends because the single girls just got the mic.